The first historical date of the movement is 1916, the year in which André Breton, precursor, leader and great thinker of the movement. He was a French writer, poet, essayist and theorist. Then Paul Eluard, a French poet who significantly cultivated surrealism, wrote the Second Manifesto with Breton. Other writers such as Eliza Breton was a French artist and writer of Chilean origin and the third wife of André Breton. Philippe Soupault, French writer, poet, politician and journalist, was one of the promoters of Dadaism in France and co-founder of surrealism. César Moro was a Peruvian surrealist poet and painter. After a self-taught training, he signed his first work, a modernist drawing, in 1921 as César Moro, the name he chose and with which he would move around the world from that moment onwards. In the audiovisual style, Germaine Dulac was a French director, theorist, journalist and film critic. Born 1882, in Amiens, she moved to Paris in her childhood. Shortly after her marriage, in 1905, she began her journalistic career in a feminist magazine and later became interested in cinema. Works such as Celles qui s'en font, in English Those Who Make Them, Thèmes et Variations. Luis Buñuel was a Spanish film director, who after exile from the Spanish Civil War was naturalized Mexican. Works such as An Andalusian Dog, L'Âge d'Or. In painting, André Masson was a French painter associated with surrealism. He was known for his collages with innovative materials, such as sand and gum arabic, which he applied on the canvases before starting to paint them. René Magritte was a Belgian painter. Known for his witty and provocative images, he sought to change the preconditioned perception of reality and force the viewer to become hypersensitive to his surroundings. Man Ray was an American visual artist who spent most of his career in Paris. He was an important contributor to the surrealist movements, although his ties were not informal. The best known is Salvador Dali, was a 20th-century Spanish painter, sculptor, engraver, set designer and writer. He is considered one of the greatest representatives of surrealism. Salvador Dali is known for his shocking and dreamlike images. In Latin America, Leonora Carrington was an English surrealist painter and writer who became a Mexican citizen. Maria Izquierdo was a Mexican painter, one of the first women to exhibit her work outside Mexico, in 1930. Her first exhibition took place at the Art Center Gallery in New York City. Frida Kahlo was a Mexican painter. Her work revolved thematically around her biography and her own suffering. She was the author of 150 works, mainly self-portraits, in which she projected her difficulties to survive. Curious fact: Frida never identified herself with the surrealist movement. She was invited to France for an exhibition of her works. The invitation came mainly from André Breton. He considered Mexico the essence of surrealism and interpreted her works as surrealist. But after an accident during the arrival of her works and with the possibility of losing them permanently, Kahlo managed to recover them without the support of any of the directors, hating the movement and the country. But Frida Kahlo herself clearly said, "I don't paint dreams. I paint my reality."